Hey, your phone was off.
I had to teapot a guy from a motorcycle mishap. Kids' leather pants were holding him together.
Why do you put these images in my head?
Look, I just got here. Did you grab a table?
I had to go. We split a salad. They're holding your half at the bar.
I'll see you tonight.
Bye.
Dusting lamps for $10 an hour. What a way to spend your last night on Earth.
Judging by these lacerations, he was beaten with something small, heavy, and angular.
Like a portable radio. Third shift guy said his was missing when he found him.
Missing and probably at the bottom of the bay by now.
Tale of two cities.
At least he stopped reading before the sad part.
Ben Cooper. Why do I know that name?
Our janitor did not go down easy.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he was taken by surprise. Was he someone I arrested once?
So, one possibility is someone came here to rob the warehouse. Janitor heads out for a smoke, finds the robber, gets killed for his trouble.
Yeah, except we checked the warehouse. Nothing's missing. Tell me you didn't drive this here.
Please. I drove Maggie, my little red car.
And then you sweet-talked Officer Cho into sneaking you past the tape. Wait, your car has a name?
Doesn't yours? So you were saying not a robbery?
No, this is a low-rent place without surveillance cameras. A robber would have come in, taken what he wanted once the janitor was dead. I think this was personal.
There's blood and skin under the victim's fingernails. We can get the killer's DNA from that.
Title search will give us the owner of the warehouse and any legal proceedings involving the property.
The only question is whether there was something going on here that wouldn't be on the books.
Bill places are the best fronts. I'll chat up the locals, see if there's anything more interesting for sale here at the House of Lamps, Lamps, and more lamps. All right, Maggie, where should we start?
Just keep driving. Don't scream. I gotta go. My name's Jimmy Galvin.
Oh, God.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
No, you're gonna kill me because you wouldn't tell me your name unless...
I just need your help.
To flee a crime scene where you just beat a guy to death with a radio.
Ben Cooper was dead when I got
You
there.
expect me to believe that?
My dad is in jail. Okay, death row. Ben Cooper was the only person who was gonna help him out. Now that he's dead, I don't have anybody, okay? That's why I need to talk to you.
Deep breath.
Just listen to me. You're a crime reporter for the Register. I've seen your face on the byline picture. I have 2 days to stop an execution.
Wait, is your father Paul Galvin, who's scheduled to die in
2 days? Yeah. Listen, my dad's innocent, okay? And I've read your work. You care about the truth, and you know people, and you're smart.
No, you're just getting all flattery.
You don't have to be scared of me.
Maybe if you didn't have a gun.
I don't. Okay? You can pull over.
What?
This is everything there is about my dad's case. I'm putting his life in your hands.
Where do I know this guy from? Does he go to my coffee shop? Is he my old high school gym coach? Was he my mailman? What?
You're sitting. You never sit.
It's late. I'm tired. Go on.
I'm waiting for the results on the killer's DNA. What did Cooper's background check show?
No next of kin. A few drug arrests years ago.
No signs of recent drug use. Are you coming down with something? Come on. Let me feel your forehead.
I do not have a fever, Mom.
I'm not cutting this man open till you tell me what's wrong.
Okay. Look, just between us. It's the third week of the month. At least it's supposed to be, for me. But it's not. I'm late.
Late. You work too hard. You don't eat right. Cycles get off balance sometimes. I mean, at least we know you're not pregnant. I mean, we'd be talking about an immaculate conception, right?
Well, I may have had a one-night stand.
Girl, a one-night stand is a big step forward for you. Okay, in a way, who's the guy?
Tom.
Tom?
Yes.
Tom? Your ex-husband slash boss who's getting remarried in a matter of weeks, Tom? Okay, really more of a backward step. Oh my God, and no one thought to use protection.
Yes, we did. We thought that condom was kind of old.
How old was this antique condom?
Oh, you know what? Let's not go down that road.
Latex is very durable.
Okay, please don't focus on that point. It was a one-time thing.
Oh my God.
It was a mistake.
Oh my God.
Whatever. Will you stop saying, oh my God? What? Text message from Cindy. She wants to meet us in the diner.
When are you gonna tell him?
There's nothing to tell him yet. Ever. We're just keeping our distance.
Clearly, that's working for you. I'll do your pregnancy test.
Hello, I am in the middle of solving a murder, and Cindy just said she has something on the crime. And if you tell anyone about my sleeping with Tom, I will come at you with that bone saw.
I'm not saying a word. I'm putting Mr. Cooper in the fridge, and I'll catch up with you in 10.
I so don't feel better now that we've talked.
Give me 10.
Tom?
Hey, Linz. How you doing?
Fine, why do you ask?
Well, my mama taught me a little thing called being polite.
Years ago, Ben Cooper was the key eyewitness in a murder investigation. His testimony convicted a man named Paul Galvin. The victim was a deputy district attorney who worked in your building.
That's why I know Ben Cooper's name. Do you know this case? DDA Tracy Welling was raped and murdered in her apartment.
No, before my time. Ben Cooper lied on the stand. His testimony put an innocent man on death row, but he was about to recant.
And you know this how?
The guy who was on death row, I sort of met his son, Jamie.
How'd you meet him?
Just around. You know, I meet people.
So, between the last time we saw you and now, you met Paul Galvin's son.
Please don't give me the laser vision. It makes me really nervous. All right. I wasn't gonna say anything before because this is gonna sound really, really bad, but it actually isn't, so just hear me out. Jamie got into my car at the crime scene.
You went off with a total stranger? Have we taught you nothing?
He said he had a gun.
What?
He kidnapped you?
He was very sincere. And not about the gun. He made that part up.
He kidnapped you.
Not really.
Pretend gunpoint still counts as being restrained against your will.
Let's take you to the hospital, get you checked out.
He didn't touch me. I'm fine.
Tell me everything. Start with a description.
Okay, he was kind of cute. And he had a little blood in his shirt.
More, please.
Guys, an innocent man is about to be executed in like 48 hours.
Check, please.
It was no different from any other trial. But it was your first big case. Second chair, and the victim worked in this office. We had the killer cold, criminal record, fingerprints at the scene, bulletproof eyewitness. Done. An eyewitness named Ben Cooper, right? What if someone told you Cooper was about to recant his testimony?
I would say that somebody was a conspiracy theorist in need of attention, and I'd advise him or her to go start a blog.
Been meaning to call you. Spent some time working on your boyfriend's malpractice case. Advised his attorneys to move for dismissal on the grounds of you're not even listening.
I'm sorry. That's great news.
Yes, it is. And I know that look, so what's on your mind?
I was talking to Denise about one of her old cases. I'm trying to figure out what her angle is.
Good luck. Speak of the devil. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Good seeing you, counselor.
Good night, Jill. Good night.
Jamie Galvin's last known address is apartment 2B, second floor.
So, this guy kidnaps your friend, tells him he has a gun, and she thinks he's cute.
Yeah, she definitely used the word cute.
Why do you hang out with this girl?
Some women just lose all sense of reality in the face of cuteness. Apparently, even if the guy is fleeing a murder scene.
A scene at which he had opportunity, means, and motive.
And blood on his shirt. You're with me on this?
100%. Make that 95.
Paul Galvin. I'm Jill Bernhardt, San Francisco DA's office. I have some questions about your trial. 7 years ago, Ben Cooper testified he saw you leaving DDA Tracy Welling's apartment the night she was murdered.
Yeah, she lived downstairs from me. But I only remember being in her place once.
Tell me.
I was trying to get a job because my disability checks had run out. But I had done some time for my DUIs. So Tracy sat me down in her living room and wrote me a character reference. It meant a lot.
Is that why you sent roses to her office 3 Mondays in a row?
I had a crush on her. After a few weeks, I took the hint. I think. Back then, I was a blackout drunk. So there's lots of stuff I don't remember, including the night of Tracy's murder.
And that's why you waived your last appeals. Because you're not sure you didn't do it.
Well, my lawyer was useless anyway. I'm not a rapist or a murderer, but when you can't remember a whole day of your life, it gets pretty hard to defend yourself. I don't want Jamie fighting this. He can't stop the execution. He needs to make his peace and move on. You tell him I said that.
I don't know if I can. There was a gas explosion at Jamie's apartment.
What? Is he hurt? Is he dead?
We don't know yet.
Hey, fire department wouldn't let us in until this morning. The good news is there's no human remains, so we still have a suspect in our janitor's murder.
The NA's canvassed all the neighbors, came up with a whole lot of nothing.
So there's nowhere to tell whether Jamie rigged this to cover his tracks after killing Ben Cooper.
Or if someone was trying to silence Jamie the way they silenced Ben Cooper. I'm gonna head back to the hall. I had everything on the Tracy Welling murder trial pulled, whatever's going on here. I think it all goes back to that.
DA Pratt, good morning, sir. I was looking for the archives of Tracy.
Denise, hope you had your espresso. Got the jurisdiction exhibits ready?
Yes, to both, sir.
Bernhardt, you were saying.
You're busy. I'll come back later.
No, you've got me now. What about the archives?
I was researching the Tracy Welling murder trial. The transcripts are missing.
Probably all being digitized.
I didn't ask for any research. You were first chair. You got the death penalty for Paul Galvin. If I could have a few minutes of your time to ask you some questions.
One of your DDAs has time to look into cases from 7 years ago? Now, I thought you ran a tight ship.
Not to worry, Bruce. I'll be upping her caseload. My research is part of a current murder investigation.
Call my assistant. She'll get you on the books.
No, I have to work tonight. Can you hear me?
Girls, here's what we know. Son of death row guy had means, motive, and opportunity to kill Ben Cooper last night. He fled the crime scene, kidnapped Cindy, and then went on the run.
His name is Jamie Galvin, and he only went on the run because someone tried to kill him. Listen, my instincts are telling me this.
You, not old enough to have instincts. And I'm not saying that Jamie has to be the killer, but I am saying that the simplest explanation is usually the right one.
Do we have any idea where Jamie might have gone?
We issued a be on the lookout for him, but no sightings of him yet. We do know that he's posting on his website.
Organizing a protest outside San Quentin. We faxed Jamie's photo to every Wi-Fi spot in the city.
Meanwhile, I pulled all the forensic evidence on the Tracy Welling murder trial as requested.
We're reopening the case? Cool.
No, we're not reopening anything. We're trying to figure out who murdered our janitor, Ben Cooper, and if his testimony in the old trial had anything to to do with it?
I called every archive in the state. No one can find the transcripts from the trial.
Our taxpayer dollars at work.
No one in my department wants to talk about the case.
I don't know why they'd mind. Everything seems in order here. No semen on Tracy Welling's body, but there was other physical evidence of rape. The cause of death was asphyxia due to suffocation, and there was some unidentified blood sample found in Tracy Welling's kitchen sink.
Unidentified as in not Paul Galvin's?
Unidentified as in unidentified.
Wait, Jamie talked about this in the notebooks. The prosecution said that anyone could have left the blood there, even weeks before the crime happened.
Paul's public defender should have pointed to that blood as reasonable doubt.
Can you retest that blood sample?
Yeah, glad to. Any other tests we should run?
Not right now. Jill, did you go to death row and talk to Paul Galvin?
I did. I looked him in the eye. I think he's innocent. I'm gonna apply for a stay of his execution.
Our club rocks.
It's not a club.
Excuse me, none of this proves that cute Jamie Galvin didn't kill Ben Cooper last night.
Jamie didn't kill anyone.
I'm with her.
I'm undecided, but sympathetic.
I'm touched that everyone wants to see the best in people. I am a cop. I don't have that luxury.
You go on your gut all the time. You can take one look at a guy.
And I haven't seen Jamie Galvin because after he kidnapped you, he disappeared off the face of the earth. By which I mean no one has heard from him, am I right?
Yeah? Totally.
Worst liar ever.
Don't make me charge you with obstruction.
Every time a girl gets a little flustered, you start whipping out the charges.
Please spare us all the pain of watching you try to bluff.
I'm not bluffing. If Jamie were to have sent me a text message, say, this morning, I would have promised to keep that text message a secret.
Hey.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm wrecked. I couldn't exactly go home and change.
Or sleep?
I'm all right. So you have some news?
I talked to a lawyer. She's putting together an emergency application for a stay of your dad's execution.
Lawyers always turn me down. How'd you get her to do that?
She's a friend. And I have another friend I'd like for you to meet.
Inspector Lindsay Boxer.
You set me up.
You can trust her.
Nowhere to go, Jamie.
Out of my way.
That's not gonna help.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Ben Cooper.
You were at the crime scene. You abducted Cindy Thomas.
Ben Cooper was going to change his testimony. He was the one person that wanted to actually help my dad. I would not have hurt him.
Open. I'm having your DNA tested against the blood we found under Ben Cooper's fingernails.
Label that right now. I don't want anything messing with the chain of evidence.
His attitude like that makes me think...
I don't care what you think. They're gonna execute my dad in 36 hours. If I can't help him, then that puts the blood on your hands.
What about that blood on your shirt?
When I found Ben Cooper, I was trying to help him. I touched his head.
I'm so tired of this story.
It's new to me. I'd like to hear it. Yeah?
Jamie's story is very consistent.
Let's see what his DNA says.
But you walked into a door?
No thanks. I can't be a wuss and drive at the same time.
You let her drive?
We're going to Walnut Creek. I don't do the Caldecott Tunnel.
We have an interview with a guy named Henry Dow. He's still the building manager of the place where Tracy Welling and Ben Cooper and Paul Galvin used to live.
A lot of names in this case.
Keep up, Tom.
Thanks for taking Jamie on as a client. Got another favor to ask.
I'll keep talking. I don't like it when you owe me.
I'm applying to have his father's execution stayed.
Wow, that's a delicate proposition, given that you're with the same DA's office that put Galvin away.
That's why I need a defense attorney to file the application.
I'm in.
Just like that. No quid pro quo.
Your death row prisoner might be innocent. And in my opinion, that's a good enough reason not to kill him.
This only take a few minutes.
All right.
Cute kids.
Thanks. My sisters. At least now I have an extra room for them when they come to visit. Of course, haven't told the kids what happened here. This It's Tracy Welling's old apartment.
Was that her bedroom back there?
Yep. Yeah, nobody wanted to rent this place after the murder, so landlord made me take it. By then, half the tenants had already moved out, but I had it repainted, put new furniture in. Would you mind putting those photos away?
Sorry.
When did you meet Ben Cooper?
Hired him in '99. He was just out of rehab, but he was trying to go straight, but he had these friends that kept coming looking to score, so that's why I'd eventually let him go.
Did you stay in touch after that?
Hadn't seen him in years. Why?
We're trying to find someone who can tell us about his relationship with Jamie Galvin, Paul's son.
I wouldn't expect them to be friends. And I remember Jamie from the trial. He seemed a little off.
What do you mean, off?
When they read the guilty verdict, kid went out of his head. I mean, the bailiff had to hold him down. He's hell of a temper, like his father.
You think Jamie had it in him to kill a man?
Like I said, apple don't fall far.
Ben Cooper's false testimony caused a severe miscarriage of justice 7 years ago.
DDA Tracy Welling was a highly respected member of my office.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The DA's key eyewitness was about to recant.
An assertion based on a printout from a web page of Jamie Galvin's, a supposed email from Ben Cooper, a man who's now dead and can neither confirm or deny any of this. You can't take this seriously.
Somebody took it seriously. Ben Cooper ended up dead last night. Sorry. Sorry, Your Honor.
Under the rule of plain error, Paul Galvin must be granted a new trial.
Paul Galvin's romantic advances have been rejected by the victim
I've been rejected
numerous...
plenty of times, and that doesn't make me a murderer.
Galvin was an ex-con and a blackout drunk with a violent temper. And Ben Cooper, a reliable eyewitness, came forward of his own volition and gave an exact description of Paul Galvin leaving DDA Tracy Welling's apartment on the night of her murder.
Ms. Bernhardt, anything to add?
I believe my colleagues have said more than enough, Your Honor.
I'm inclined to agree. Tracy Welling's family's waited 7 years for justice.
Paul Galvin has been waiting for justice as well, Your Honor.
And I've heard nothing to suggest that he hasn't received it. Since this letter from Ben Cooper to Jamie Galvin can't be verified as genuine, neither can we verify Ben Cooper's alleged intention to recant. Application for a stay of execution is summarily denied.
All we're asking is for the time to find out the truth.
Miss Thomas, I'd rather not have you arrested for contempt.
Well, would you rather go...
What are you doing here?
Other than to offer my belated yet heartfelt apologies for setting up your takedown, which I only did because I know that my friends will help you. I got arrested for contempt of court. We had this total neocon judge.
Turned down the stag, didn't he? Listen, tell your friends I said thanks. And get me the hell out of here.
You should be nicer to her. She determines what happens to you.
What are you talking about?
First of all, today's judge was not the end of the road. The next stop is the U.S. Court of Appeals.
Second, I did the preliminary blood typing on Jamie's DNA, and it's not a match to fingernail scrapings from Ben Cooper's body.
Proving that Jamie did not kill Ben Cooper last night.
You see, I told you.
So is that pizza some form of apology?
Do you want the breadsticks or not?
She's sorry that she didn't believe you.
Which leaves the kidnapping. Do you want to press charges?
For a little fake gunplay. Nah, I'm cool.
Thanks.
I had to ask. I, too, am declining to press charges for assault on a police officer. So, guess what did match the fingernail scrapings we got off Ben Cooper's body?
The unidentified blood found in Tracy Welling's apartment in 2000.
What are the odds? Unless the same person murdered them both.
Which means that Tracy Welling's killer is still out there. And still killing people.
And Paul Galvin is about to be executed for a crime he didn't commit. We have 24 hours to catch a double murderer and to save your father's life.
Hey, honey. Sorry I never came home last night. I've been working on a writ of habeas corpus to try to get an execution postponed. We've got 17 hours left. I'll call you later. I love you.
Why the guilty look? You're not lying to him. At least not about working all night.
On an 80-page writ, supported mainly by... what? Hope? Chutzpah? You know this is a Hail Mary.
I certainly do. But I can never resist a challenge.
We need more coffee.
Toby tracked down all of Ben Cooper's old drug acquaintances. The unis are canvassing his neighborhood again. Meanwhile, Tom is calling everyone who knew our lawyer victim, Tracy Welling, back in the day. What am I missing?
How about a plan from you?
I'm throwing everything against the wall.
Not about the case, about Tom. What if you find out you're pregnant?
Oh, I'm not even thinking about that right now. Okay, maybe just a little.
And would you keep the baby?
Of course.
And when would you tell Tom? Before or after the wedding? Because if it's before, you know he'll probably call it off.
I'm not trying to break up Tom's engagement.
Okay, so you are trying to improve his relationship with Heather by having sex with him.
We don't even know if I'm pregnant.
So take a damn test.
It's probably nothing, Claire.
And until you know for sure, you get to feel like it could be something, right?
I appreciate your help, but you can't have it both ways.
Is there any chance that I could finish my coffee before you have one of your moments?
This is a transcript of Ben Cooper's deposition from 2000. From the missing court archives, it was left under my door.
Whoever left the file clearly wished to remain anonymous.
Yesterday, DA Pratt said Ben Cooper gave an exact description of Paul Galvin. These transcripts make it clear that was a lie.
Excuse us.
Sure.
You never heard this from me. When Tracy Welling was murdered, she was having an affair with D.A. Pratt.
And he didn't recuse himself from the trial? And you knew, and you didn't say anything?
At the time, I was convinced by the evidence against Paul Galvin, but the other night, when you told me that Ben Cooper planned to recant his eyewitness testimony, I remembered his early deposition.
Which D.A. Pratt took. If he suborned perjury from Ben Cooper then, he'd want to keep it a secret. Now, Pratt had a motive to kill Ben Cooper.
Do not think that I would go that far.
I'm sure you wouldn't, because that trial made your career. You moved into Tracy Welling's old office after Paul Galvin was found guilty. But you can't help me try to undo the case and hope to remain unaffected.
I never claimed to be unaffected. The reason I knew about the affair was because Tracy Welling was my friend. How do you think it feels to sit at her desk and wonder if we got the wrong guy?
Denise, when the truth comes out...
I won't be telling anyone I was your source on this. I'm sure your doctor boyfriend would hate to find out what happened last month. With Hanson on your desk. Our office walls are very thin.
I know you're a busy man, so if you have to head out at any point, just, you know. Anyway, talk to my people and explain that there's no reason for them to go digging into a 7-year-old murder trial. Good?
I'm sorry, do y'all need the room?
We won't be long.
You sure? We can head up to my office.
Don't do it. He'll start showing you his baseball memorabilia you'll never be heard from again.
I have no idea what she is talking about, unless you're a fan of The Amazing Ace.
Hey, can I get some legal advice to settle a bet?
Really not the time.
He doesn't want to lose the bet.
I don't mind. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a witness in a murder case.
Yeah.
This witness saw the murderer, but he doesn't quite know how to describe the guy. Is it okay if I jog his memory a little, you know, suggest specifics to him?
You'd be getting into murky waters there, legally speaking.
See? That's what I thought. So if I fed the guy an exact description and had him repeat it back to me, chapter and verse, that would pretty much be the question, legally speaking.
No, that is not what I said you should do. I mean, that would be, what do you call it?
Witness tampering? Or is that suborning perjury?
I'm sure the lieutenant would never suggest that course of action.
No. He's not the one that gave me the idea. I actually was reading a transcript of a deposition that you took in 2000. The witness's name was Ben Cooper.
Thank you for the coffee.
Ben Cooper was a witness in the murder of DDA Tracy Welling. I heard a rumor that you were sleeping with her back then. In my experience, once you find the lover, you usually find the killer.
If you have any other questions, I'll invite my lawyer to join us.
Why don't you do that, sir? How long do we have left?
6 hours? I wish I could compel a DNA sample.
A look at the back of his neck would do. I've been thinking about how our janitor fought with his attacker. Claire said that Ben had the killer's blood under 4 fingernails on each hand, but not under his thumbnails, like he was trying to hold the murder off. You know, maybe he got his hands around the guy's neck. That's where Ben would have scratched his attacker.
I know D.A. Pratt. He won't move a muscle till his lawyer gets here.
He got away with murder once. He thinks he's gonna do it again. I really should go see Claire while we wait.
I'll leave you to it while I gather affidavits for my court petition. Wish me luck.
You and me both.
Leave the Band-Aid.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. 7 years ago, D.A. Pratt coached Ben Cooper and skewed his eyewitness testimony because D.A. Pratt was the real killer and he was framing Paul Galvin to take the fall. Flash forward to the present, Ben Cooper knows that Paul Galvin's execution is only a few days away. He finally develops a conscience and wants to recant his old testimony. Maybe he asks D.A. Pratt about it. Pratt goes to see him, tells him to stay quiet. They argue. They fight, and Ben Cooper ends up dead.
Good theory, but hard to prove. Ben Cooper's in the drawer over there, and D.A. Pratt ain't talking.
All right.
According to your blood test, you are not pregnant.
Oh.
What you are is anemic.
Oh.
You have a deficiency of red blood cells. That's why you've been feeling so run down. This is a list of vitamins to get. Take the vitamins, eat some actual meals, and you'll be 100% in no time.
Okay.
This is good news, right? Not being pregnant with your ex-husband's baby?
Yeah, of course, it's great. I just...
Thought maybe you and Tom would get a do-over?
No. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, look at me. Look at my life. This is not exactly Mother of the Year material. You know, maybe God's just telling me I already had my chance.
He or she is telling you, not right now, not this time. That's a long, long way from never.
You should see all the protesters. Yeah. Fill the parking lot.
The press is all over this. You got a lot of people on your side.
It's nice to hear.
You met my friend Jill. She wrote a legal petition for you.
It's too late for all that.
We have 4 hours.
I'm just glad we got a chance to say goodbye.
No, don't talk like that.
Well, it's not going to change anything if I talk different. You got a bad break at me as a dad.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is. I've been letting you down your whole life. And I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't do better for you.
If I can show that D.A. Pratt knew Ben's testimony was unreliable, it'll really help my petition to the Ninth Circuit.
Okay, and all I have to do is tell you how Ben used to sell his drugs?
Exactly like you said to the police yesterday. I have an affidavit form here.
All right, come on. Let me move these out of the way.
Headed out of town?
Yeah, vacation. Leaving the night. You all right? You look a little...
Sorry. It's been a very long day.
Hey, come on in. Go in the kitchen. Have a seat and I'll get you a drink.
Perfect.
Hate to admit it, but I need to get my glasses.
because you were the...
You've reached the voicemail of Inspector Lindsay Boxer.
Hey, it's Jill. I'm at Henry Dow's apartment. I don't know how long I can stall him. He's headed out of town. You need to get here. I think he's our guy.
Go.
So I'll notarize your signature and fax it over to the court.
Hang on. I need you to walk me through this step by step.
I'm working, sir.
So formal. Here's your problem. You need to relax. And I got some questions for you about this affidavit before I sign anything. Or I could just forget the whole thing and get going.
All right. Ask away.
What's happening to him now?
The priest dips his fingers in oil, and then he makes the sign of the cross over your dad's eyes, ears, lips, hands, and feet. And then he asks God to forgive your dad for anything he's done or desired in his heart. And then he asks God to release your dad from all pain of body or mind.
Well, if he's dead, doesn't that happen anyway?
That's another way to look at it.
Witness tampering, suborning perjury, obstruction of justice. No matter what, your career is over.
Question is, how does the rest of your life play out?
We're here to talk about a deal. Why isn't there a DDA present?
You have the chance to do one right thing in the time we have left.
30 minutes and counting.
Ben Cooper was scared. He would have never had the guts to come forward on his own.
We think someone sent him to you.
Who gave you Ben Cooper?
You okay?
A brief statement would be enough.
Kind of too late for this, isn't it? What good can I do at this point?
You can tell the truth.
You see that form? Easy.
Mr. Dow, if you're not going to sign this, I really should
No,
go.
I'll sign it, I promise. You need my help, don't you? Hey, you need my help, don't you? Huh? Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you, huh?
I'm so glad I caught you at home. D.A. Pratt said I should talk to you. How'd you get the scratches on your neck, Henry? Henry Dow, you are under arrest for the murders of Ben Cooper and Tracy Welling. Let's wake up a judge.
My pleasure. Confess to both murders now, and we'll take the death penalty off the table.
Or you could wait till after midnight, and if Paul Galvin dies, then you get the death penalty too.
Thank God.
And then a few days ago, you posted an update on your webpage saying that Ben wanted to recant.
Henry went to your webpage all the time. That was where he first heard the news about Ben.
So it was my fault that Ben died.
No. No, of course it isn't. And if it makes you feel any better, you were supposed to be next. It was Henry who set off that gas explosion in your apartment. He figured if you were dead, then no one else would stop the execution.
It was Henry that raped and killed Tracy Welling. She called him and asked him to come over and fix her garbage disposal. He cut his hand in her sink. When she went to give him a Band-Aid, he tried to kiss her. She fought him. He ended up suffocating her. He panicked and ran.
Your father got caught between Henry Dow's frame-up and D.A. Pratt's rush to close the case.
You cannot blame yourself for what happened to Ben. He was following his conscience. Same way that you followed yours.
Who saved your father's life?
The new
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah. You should thank them, too.
Just doing our thing.
No, please. I want you to keep it. For your story.
Thanks.
You ready?
Honey, that's all I need.
I think Jamie kind of likes you.
You think?
Honey, that's all I need.
There's a guy at the end of the bar holding a rifle. So we move in, we're yelling. He doesn't back down, doesn't even look at us. So I take him from the left, a couple other guys go at him from the right, and we realize the rifle is attached to a video game. Guy been playing a game this whole damn time. We ask him why he didn't give up the gun.
He says, because I already paid my 25 cents.